Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the Friday 7-game main slate, second to last Friday of the regular season. We got two teams on the back-to-back here, James. We got Portland and Toronto. We got a bunch of teams that are out of it, and therefore the rotations are very difficult to predict. Who's going to be playing, how many minutes they're going to be playing, if they're going to be playing. Toronto ruled in Barnes and Barrett for the Thursday slate, quickly sat. Maybe you get the reverse of that here on the Friday slate. Who knows? But it should be an interesting one regardless.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't really have much to add there. I think throughout this whole thing, especially the Toronto situation, Scotty Barnes has not been listed on the injury report for much of this run, and seeing him listed ahead of Thursday all but means he's going to sit Friday, right? Like,
seems that way.
Writing seems to be on the wall there. We said last slate, Toronto was doing too much winning. They need to rest a few more guys for every game. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, we have all the teams: Charlotte, Utah, Toronto, Spurs resting a bunch of guys. We got all the crew.
We have a 7-game slate, and we have 5 games with a spread of 10 or more.
That is normal.
That's where we're at. Sacramento, Charlotte's getting 10.5. Utah, Indiana, Utah getting 15.5. Detroit, Toronto getting 10. Phoenix, Boston, Phoenix is getting 14.5 in that game. We have OKC, Houston 6.5. Cleveland, San Antonio getting 14. So San Antonio, Phoenix, Toronto, Utah, and Charlotte all getting 10 or more points. That's 5 of the 7 games on the slate.
It's normal.
Yeah. So your top price players on this slate, SGA and Tatum up over $11,000. Is Cade in? Questionable. Cade's up to questionable. He was doubtful the other day. Got Cade at 10.7. Booker 10.2. Sabonis 10.1. Those are your top price plays. Now, not only are we navigating the rosters, but the spreads, I guess, as well. This is going to be a nightmare of a Friday, but we'll do our best, and we'll have a live show at 5 p.m. Eastern time to give you all the latest news and updates as it comes across, make some clarity on who's in and out, and we'll get a better idea on how to build some lineups for this. But for now, taking everything at face value, we have SGA at 11.6, a questionable Cade at 10.7, and Booker at 10.2. Those are the 3 top-priced guards here. SGA is in the most competitive expected matchup there at a 6-point spread.
That means nothing to the Thunder. I think they're like, I think I saw they're 1 or 2 games away from having the most double-digit wins of any team in the history of the NBA. Which is probably going to happen.
Seems good.
If they win out, they have 70 wins, and they're like 1 or 2 wins away from the most double-digit wins in the history of it. So, yes, we are watching a historic team. It may say 6. It may end up being 16 at half. It may end up being 40 by the end of the night. You never know with how good the Thunder are. There is no Dylan Brooks in this game. He is suspended. So one of the SGA stalkers not available here. Definitely good with getting to SGA if even though Amen Thompson defense is lurking. Cade has missed 5 straight with a calf. I assume we would get some type of limitation on Cade if he returns, especially with the calf. But it's a weird injury because it's a bruise to the calf. So it's not like a calf strain. It's a bruised calf. So we'll see. We'll probably hear from JB Bickerstaff early to know if there's any limitations or not. Can definitely play Devin Booker. They are going to get the return of Bradley Beal in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth. There's still no Durant, but Beal will be back.
Yeah.
Will you get 32 shot attempts from Devin Booker? I don't know, but obviously range of outcome without Kevin Durant is there.
Yeah.
Never would have ever expected Josh Giddey's price to be where it is, but here we are.
Yeah, in a good spot.
In a good spot. Ran pretty terribly in terms of minutes against Toronto. Second leg of a back-to-back. Big win. Doesn't close, Didn't play the final 325. Still kind of lower on the minutes scale, by the way.
Yeah, you pointed that out recently. I understand blowouts have been a part of that. But they could be healthier.
Not in Dallas.
Too, right?
It wasn't in Dallas. Yeah. And even if he closed last game, he plays 32 minutes. I think at almost $10,000, we'd probably want Josh Giddey to be back up to like the high 30s. So he has a high ceiling. If you want to get there, it's fine. Donovan Mitchell is seemingly back. He had been struggling a little bit. He is not struggling any longer. No. He is making a lot of shots. He is being awesome peripherally. He is being awesome with defensive numbers as well.
Late season ramp up, got to get in that playoff form.
Late season ramp up for a guy who's played the fewest minutes of in recent memory. I don't know if his career, but in many years. So I like 93 for Donnie Mitch. And, if you think that Utah can hang close enough to get mid-30s minutes out of Halliburton, then you can get there. But if you don't, we know he's going to play. I mean, we saw 25 and 29 minutes in blowouts, right? Yeah. Not gonna touch 30 minutes.
Right. Was obviously elite in those, but still not really the point there. I'm with you though. I think Giddey makes sense, but those minutes certainly now a bit concerning. We'll see, I guess, who's in or out for some of these teams. San Antonio's healthier. They already ruled out like Sohan though and stuff, didn't they? Or is that just the other day that I'm thinking of? No, Sohan's already out. Is Vassell out already? Vassell is a shooting guard. Can't even look.
He's in. He's in.
All right. So maybe if they're healthier, they can hang around a little bit longer with Cleveland, but nothing you'd actually count for. So I guess we'd see Shaedon Sharpe would look pretty good if Anthony Simons doesn't play. $7,600 there. You mentioned Castle the other night. $7,400 for him in play. Anything else in this mid-range for you?
Everything is really priced up.
I was going to say, the pricing is weird, right? Like, it feels like everybody's way more expensive than I'm comfortable spending for, especially, again, given all the potential blowouts.
I would play Schroeder if Cade doesn't play, 6,400. Minutes are great. Shot attempts are great.
Okay.
Tough matchup. They were competitive in that game. So, for like most of it.
Yeah.
And you saw 40 minutes out of Schroeder. Collier looked really good again. Double-double, 32 minutes. I believe they've already ruled out Walker Kessler. Clarkson's out. Markkanen is out. Collins is out. So I don't hate Collier at that price. KJ Simpson, a little too expensive, but 4,900 is fine. Delano Banton, we'd go back to the well if there's no Anthony Simons again. The shutdown for Simons seems likely, but I guess we'll see.
Right.
Because actually, I think Tumani Kamara got hurt on
He
Thursday.
did. He got hurt tonight, yeah.
So even if Simons comes back, Banton might just stay in the starting lineup because now Kamara's out. So they might just have Banton. They also could use
Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah, Matisse Thybulle.
Thybull's got 25 minutes tonight. So
yeah, second straight game he's done that. So it would definitely be one of Banton or Thybulle. So TBD on Banton. We didn't mention Emmanuel quickly, but if Quickly played on the second leg of a back-to-back, I think that would be fine. If he doesn't, Jamal Shed is fine. Do you know, John, that and we keep I keep seeing comments about Chris Paul. Do you know Chris Paul has not missed a game this year? He has played all 76 games.
He was chalky in that last game. Supposed to be.
He was not. He ended up not being. I mean, ever that game was just all.
Yeah. Once everybody got ruled out, it all moved around. Right.
That game was 50. Everyone was 50% owned or higher.
Yeah.
But he's going to keep starting. I know Vassell's back, but he's going to keep playing minutes. And I have heard that it's a super goal of Chris Paul is to not miss any games this year, and the Spurs are going to grant him that because why wouldn't they? At least guys 39 years old. He's playing every game this year. That's salute to Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that. And I guess let's see who's in or out sort of for the rest of the value here. Based on minutes shed, it looked like that whole team is basically just playing 25 minutes. So, we'll see if they end up getting any more additional run in those spots. Shooting guard, getting a lot of cross positional eligibility here for a lot of these guys. Kobe White's 87. Jaylen Brown's 85. Again, we'll see if RJ Barrett plays or not. Second leg of a back-to-back. Jalen Green, talk Shade and Sharp already. Any notable standouts here?
None. Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, just Mitchell
and Sharp. Those would be the two.
Sure. Keontae, we've talked about. Kevin.
No, we didn't. We didn't talk about.
You talked Collier. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Keontae.
John. Lock it. Baseball can wait.
I'm here. Keontae George.
I don't want to talk about him anyway.
Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, there's just the pricing is all weird on these guys. So
I don't know what the algorithm.
We got a 6K Kevin Hoarder here.
Well,
in 30 plus minutes.
No, not playing 6K Kevin Huerter.
Okay,
get him out of here.
What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Neesmith's question.
I want to go to the next position. No,
Jacoby Walter. 44.
Yeah, Jacoby Walter's fine. I'll say this might be the first time we've said this name all year and meant it. Have to at least talk about what Tim Hardaway has done offensively the last couple games.
Sure.
Cade is questionable. Toby's already out.
Yep.
He's not missing shots. He's scored 23, 20, and 32 actual, 30-plus fantasy points.
You know what's more important, I think? Cleveland, Minnesota, OKC.
Yeah, literally miserable spots.
Right?
Hasn't made a shot all year. At least
hits the gauntlet of their schedule and can't miss.
Hasn't strung together good shooting nights. 41, I'll round up for him, % shooter this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't miss for 3 straight games. Go figure.
Toronto certainly could be a spot to keep that going. So
natural letdown spot, clear as day. Writing's on the wall.
Big time. I mentioned that already. Champagne, $4,100.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Sohan out, minutes should be fine.
Yeah, $4,100, not a bad spot there. So, any of this other value play, Merrill, Sasser, Lawson?
I'm gonna throw up in my own mouth.
All right, small forward. Jason Tatum's 11K. Denny, huge night again.
He's so
59
good.
fantasy points. We'll see if he actually gets back in this game or not. They're down 11, or they're up 13 rather, up 13. $9,400 for him. They did give him a little price bump, but well deserved. Amin Thompson's 89, and a lot of these guys we've kind of hit on already. You have Scotty, DeRozan, J. Will. Any thoughts here?
9,400 in theory is too much for Denny Avdia, but he's also been probably a top player in the NBA over the last week.
26, 14, and 6 tonight with 2 blocks, 2 steals for Denny. So
after 32, 15, and 10, after 33, 7, 4, and 3.
Yeah, and now he's got the Bulls, so like another great matchup for him.
And possibly no Kamara, and possibly no Simons, and maybe Daddy just sits this game. They're like, dude, you
know what? Only 33 minutes played because they're not coming back on the floor here. They're up 14 with 3 minutes to go. So
okay, okay. So yeah, I mean, guy's been great. I would spend I wonder what his ownership ends up being at 9,400, right? Because it's just a price that we're not used to seeing. And just the way everything else is priced, who knows where people even go on this slate.
Right.
Like it's a weird one.
It is. Agreed. Would you do Jalen Williams at 81?
Yeah, I mean, we finally got the minutes. He was okay. I don't, without looking, I don't know what Chet's price is. If I was going to go to anyone other than SGA, it's probably Chet in a close game. I prefer of the secondary pieces at that price. I'd probably go Chet.
Okay. Vassell's 73 as well. Tari did get in that starting lineup. They ruled out Van Vliet, but looks like Van Vliet's back, right? So
yeah, but Brooks is out.
Brooks is out. Right. Okay. So Tari probably back in the starting lineup. So
yeah, you're gonna get Tari. Only didn't play because of the blowout. And then you'll get Jabari. They'll have the three-man weave with Tari, Jabari, and Alpi.
I was gonna say you got to try to rhyme it.
I was, but I don't know how. I had nothing, so I just went with what I could do.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I assume that's your big rotation, but yeah, it should be Eason. That's what we've seen. That's what we've seen lately.
Yep, and he's always been really good in those spots. So.
Yep, he has.
Matherin is questionable, as was Neesmith. So, if both of those guys don't play,
Jarris Walker.
Yeah, Walker, I guess, would be the
35. Spot. He's been getting a bunch of minutes lately. We said it last show too. Indiana's been giving him minutes, legit. He's just been playing.
First round pick.
Yeah, dude, not straight up 5th pick in the draft, first round pick.
Right.
Who just got blocked by Pascal Siakam. They got a lottery pick. They got really good because Tyrese Halliburton turned really good, and they're like,
yeah,
shoot, we got to get this dude help. And then they went and traded Siakam, and it elevated. And then they were in the conference finals. They were, that was the most surprising team of last year. And Dallas and Indiana neck and neck probably. But if both those guys are out, Jarris Walker is seemingly leapfrog Ben Shepherd. And thank God.
Thankfully.
Thankfully.
Yeah. Right. So you have that there.
Thibault at 39 could legit be starting this game tomorrow. And I think he did play a back-to-back already, so I don't think we need to worry about it. At least I thought he did. First nights he played a back-to-back.
What did Phoenix do the other day? They didn't have O'Neal. They didn't have all of those guys.
They're both back.
Okay. Anything else at small forward? Value-wise?
What did Utah do? They
didn't
play any minutes. I don't think we need to. What is Chicago? All those dudes. Lonzo is actually questionable, so we could have the return of Lonzo. Dalen Terry is questionable. Phillips is also questionable. They started. I mean, they got Herter back, so they didn't really Oh my God.
What am I missing?
Point guard, shooting guard at $3,800.
Yeah, Towno and Tucker. Yeah, 32 minutes. I asked you the other day if you thought he would crack the rotation. They had enough people out for him to crack the rotation.
He was the first sub. He
played. Those guys are out again.
He closed the first half over Matas Buzelis. He played the final 17 minutes of the game as well.
Yeah, he subbed out for a water break briefly.
Yeah, he took one sip of water and got back in the game.
Yeah.
if every one of those players are out again, Lonzo, Terry, Phillips, I will be playing Talon Horton-Tucker, and nobody can stop me.
Dude, he played
so many minutes. He played
he
minutes.
played the final 5:45 of the third and basically the entire fourth quarter. So
he basically played 18 straight minutes.
18 straight minutes in that game.
After closing the first half.
Yeah. Yep. I asked about it here. I was like, "Oh, would they dust him off?" And then they had nobody in this game, so they had to play him. He can do it when he gets minutes, dude. We know that. We know that about him.
Talon Horton-Tucker. Christmas.
Mm-hmm. All right, power forward. Tatum's 11K. Go down to Denny. Bridges going to be back here, right? Hopefully gets full minutes.
Well, it's impossible to know. It's impossible to know because he got only 24 last game. So it's just.
I know. I said we can hope because it could be a good spot for him against Sacramento. Mobley's, we know Mobley can smash in this spot against San Antonio. I know we talked being in on Donnie Mitch, but
Pascal is also questionable.
Well, good for Obi Toppin then maybe.
Okay.
Good for Obi Toppin. Yeah, actually, I remember getting that notification this evening. So, man, could have no Siakam, could have no Neesmith, could have no.
Okay, if all three of those players sit,
versus Utah,
how many Indiana is too many Indiana? Let's say just for this sake,
you play Halliburton, Nembhard,
Toppin. Let's say Toppin and Jarris Walker start.
Yeah,
I'd play 4 Pacers.
Yeah, against Utah for sure.
I would just play
you just run it back with Filipowski, something like that.
Probably, yeah. Filipowski, no Kessler, who's concussed, came back, and his bad conditioning led to a concussion.
Probably bricked a 3 off the backboard and came back and hit him. Anyways, Filipowski for sure at 71 against Indiana. That would play up.
Chat. Don't skip chat. Don't skip chat. Don't skip chat. Don't you dare skip chat.
I mean, we're going to count what he did against Detroit versus Houston here.
What does that mean? Detroit is literally the 5 seed in the East. What does that mean?
They had a depleted organization in that game.
Organizationally, they weren't there.
Organizationally, they were down there like Ron Holland at power forward in that game.
Ron Holland was suspended. He wasn't even there.
Yeah, he wasn't even there. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You and I were out there for Detroit.
I mean, I'm just saying, Chet.
He's gonna have a lot tougher time against on the road Houston team. So.
What I'm saying is that you look through these games that Chet is extended in, and this price doesn't match the player.
Okay.
But they blow everybody out, so you don't get that often.
That's fair. I just feel like Houston might put up a better fight, but I could be wrong. Houston's played some poor defense.
They literally might fight. You are correct. They might get in a fight, but there's no
Dylan Brooks. Well, Dylan Brooks isn't there, so their fighter isn't on the floor. So they have that there. All right, fine. Chet, cool. He's there. Asor Thompson, no Toby. 30 minutes, stayed out of foul trouble, 37 fantasy points.
Can rely on none of those things with much confidence, but if it happens, if he gets 30 minutes and if he stays out of foul trouble, it usually yields good results.
Usually yields pretty good results here. Toronto would be the ultimate yields good results match.
Yes, but also he has been able to stay out of foul trouble. Again, we're Detroit, OKC, Minnesota, Cleveland.
I know.
Wouldn't it be so Asar Thompson to
if Jonathan Mobo just puts him in foul trouble real early in this game?
He fouls Jameson Battle in back-to-back threes in the first quarter. That makes sense.
Roden's just drawing fouls on him.
Jared Roden attacks to the rim, and you're like, oh, why did that happen against SGA, Donovan Mitchell, and Anthony Edwards the 3 games prior?
Agreed. We saw what happened, what Boston did to Phoenix a couple matchups ago. Al Horford went for 44 in that game.
He's sick in the head.
Dude, back-to-back 40 bombs from Al Horford.
And he has a chance to start here because Jalen's on the injury report again.
Yeah.
If Jalen sits, he just Alpha starts, and then there you go.
They haven't needed him to be playing. Right? Like didn't play versus the Heat.
Nope.
In that last game.
Nope.
Played 37 minutes against Memphis and cooked them. 6
Yeah,
threes.
he's sick. He is sick in the head. He's so good.
Would you play him though? I mean,
I probably wouldn't play him over like Jabari at 54. I know it's a tough spot, but like, maybe.
Is Zinger in?
Yeah, Zinger's in. Not on the injury report.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough day for Phoenix.
Oh, it's gonna be a miserable day. They're gonna have a terrible time.
Yeah,
That's probably why I would probably just default to Jabari if I was playing someone in that range.
Yeah.
Because I feel more confident. Yeah, but he didn't close over THT.
Well, hard to do.
Yeah, hard to do, especially when you have 1 block and 4 steals. You weren't playing well enough on that end, I guess.
When you get THT cooking the way, it's hard to do. Keldon's probable. I don't know. They just don't play this guy. I don't know why. Trade him. Just trade him in the offseason. Do us a favor.
They do need to trade Keldon Johnson.
Put him on a team that will play him 30 minutes for the sake of our fantasy lives.
Yep.
Sensible.
Dude, he did start and he played a lot, and they're down again. They're down a bunch of guys, so he's probably that doesn't change.
Yep. It's $4,700 for him. Ryan Dunn. Probably a tough spot. I mentioned Obi if he starts.
I'm done with that play for sure.
Yeah, if we're done, if Obi starts,
oh my god! Oh, so fast, fastest click of my life. Obi Toppin in the starting lineup. He started the last time we saw him start. He played 45 minutes and hit a side-winding 3, and it's for 57 fantasy points to win with no starters on the floor.
Yeah,
guy is a fantasy point machine that just plays for a coach that hates him.
He didn't play in New York either. So,
True. Well, I think Tibbs and Rick Carlisle cut from the same psychotic cloth.
Where does he need to go to play? Like Washington? Or
Obi Toppin is a great bad team player for sure. He'd be a really good player on a bad team.
He'd be like a perfect Brooklyn net, like
he would like this version of Brooklyn, the one that's not trying to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo in the offseason. Yeah, for sure. Right. He would start and be like an 18-point scorer for Brooklyn.
Yeah, easy. Salon, Mobo, Harry B. Anything else down here for you?
Yeah, I mean, Mobo minutes were good again, I believe. Let's look what the Mobo minutes ended up being in that game. You still have that box score up because you have.
Yeah, he played 28, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal in that game. Again, having Scotty Barnes active and RJ Barrett active, and those guys probably didn't do him any favors. You take those guys out, maybe there's more opportunities.
Yeah, we'll see Pirtle. We'll see if Pirtle plays tomorrow too. We don't know if Pirtle's going to be in.
True. Yeah, he and Orlando Robinson played 27 minutes. Mobo played 28. Swinder played 14.
Cole Swider Webb.
Yeah, played 14 minutes. So we'll see. But we've been touting the Salon match.
Yeah, the minutes have been
better.
The minutes have been better.
24 out of Pat Will.
We need all those guys out again. And you just play Jarris Walker if he's like in the starting lineup down here.
Yep.
What did Rodin play tonight?
Rodin DNP'd.
Did he DNP? He was available in DNP'd. What were the Toronto minutes in general? The bench guys. Any bench guys?
Yep. Swider played 14. Battle played 24. Mobo played 28. Lawson played 18. Adesbaji played 21.
Okay, so we need people out.
Only Jacoby Walter is the only one to play 30 minutes. Everybody else,
which has been the trend. He's been the only one playing 30 usually.
Yep. Senator Sabonis 10-1. We talked about it on the show. That Washington was going to be an easy matchup for him. He went for 50. Did what he was supposed to do.
The price was great.
Yep, did what he was supposed to do. Gets Charlotte, equally as good matchup. Mark Williams, questionable for that slate.
No, probable.
Oh, probable. Okay, probable for that slate. Then better news then there. Because if not, that would have been an interesting spot to go to. Okay, Sabonis can play Mark Williams on the other side of that, I guess.
Yep.
If Boston just rules people out because now they just realize that they're probably not getting the 1 seed. I don't know. Like Brown sits and Tatum sits or whatever. Porzingis would be playable. I don't think I could play him with people healthy though.
No, it's probably too expensive. And
he'll cook this matchup, but I don't know if he'll be out there long enough. So
yeah, Duren for cheaper if Cade and Toby sit would probably be the better play. Sure. Same thing with Chet. Same thing with Filipowski without Walker Kessler.
The Hartenstein revenge game.
He didn't play. We'll see. They brought him off the bench. They're trying all the. OKC is in total gonna be random and try different lineup mode.
Figure out your playoff rotation.
Yeah, figure out playoff rotation right now, and Hartenstein has definitely been hurt by that. You know who I would play? I would play 1 Miles Turner. That spot is great. 2 Donovan Clingan. What did Clingan end up with tonight? Because I know he was having a really good game. I just don't know what he did in the fourth quarter.
Clingan, 8 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 3 blocks, and
36 fantasy points for Donovan Clingan. It's good. It's good.
Let's see. Okay, you get the Cleveland plays. I mean, if everybody's out, you'll have Turner and Halliburton running the 2-man game against Utah here.
Yep.
$600. I like that. You mentioned Clingan already. Going about any other value plays here? Tshiebwe, Orlando Robinson.
Tshiebwe was in the G League the other day, so he was not active. But I guess they'll probably have him active for this game.
Sure.
Without Walker Kessler. Let's see if we have an injury report. Tshiebwe is in the G League right now.
Okay.
So is Micah Potter.
I mean, that only solidifies Filipowski even more, right?
He's gonna play 90. He's gonna play 90 minutes. Filipowski, all 90. 48 available. He might just play 2 positions: power forward and center.
So what else?
I mean, that could change. That could obviously change.
Yeah, they could bring him up for tomorrow.
Yeah, we could see Tshiebwe play tomorrow.
You mentioned Pirtle could be back in that game, obviously. Would you play Pirtle if he's in first 26 minutes?
Probably not at $7,000.
Right. Anybody else in center?
Where's Isaiah Stewart? He's still out. B-ball Paul. He only played 13 minutes. Didn't matter. 14 minutes. Didn't matter. B-ball Paul went crazy. 23 fantasy points in 14 minutes. So if you want to play some B-ball Paul, he's got a backup center and
5 fouls in that game.
He had 5 fouls.
9-9-1-5 in 14 minutes.
He's a psycho, dude. He's a great fantasy player. He just never gets any time anywhere.
Right.
He was the Embiid backup for years, right?
Yeah.
Learning from the best. Now he gets to learn from Isaiah Stewart.
That is true. All right. Let's get a lineup going here to figure out this mess, and then we can just reset on the live show. Where do we want to begin? What was our spends? SGA, Tatum, Sabonis.
Where was it? I'm definitely not as high on Sabonis at 10-1 as I was at 9 in the 9s.
Sure.
I don't even know if this is a slate that we're gonna be able to spend all that much because I don't know what the value was and everything seems priced up. I don't know.
I mean, we'll know what the value is when we for sure know who's in or out of lineups, but it's
and thankfully Indiana, Utah, first game of the slate, we'll know right away who's in, who's out.
I'm just gonna build on the assumption that there's no Siakam because
why risk him against Utah?
Yes, Neesmith is questionable, Mathurin is questionable, Siakam is questionable. I'm sure one of the other two will play, but I imagine Siakam is probably out. Which could be Walter because he seems locked into just playing minutes there.
I mean, if you're assuming Siakam's out, there's no way we're not in this lineup playing Toppin or Jarris Walker.
I agree. Shadurin at center. Shooting guard. Let's see. THJ, as you said.
I mean, now we're building as if Cade's out, right?
That's fair. Cade could very well just not play, but he is upgraded to questionable. So
he was upgraded to questionable. Yeah,
I'll go with Champagny then. They already have Sohan out of the lineup, so
okay,
we'll do that. All right, $6,900, nice for 3 players. Where do we want to go?
I mean, if you think San Antonio could keep it close, I would love to play Donovan Mitchell. Jabari Smith, Tari Eason at forward, one of those. I mean, it's a really tough spot against OKC or Chet. Like, any of that stuff would make a lot of sense.
I'm good getting some value there, and then we can maybe get your Mitchell play, and that's a 6K util. It's just Collier? Or off Collier because Sexton's active?
No, he was active last game. Collier was really good last game.
Yeah, Halliburton, Champagny, Walter, Toppin, Duran, Mitchell, Smith, and Collier.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be moving parts where, because there's so many more injury news to come. So
yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Again, we'll have the playbook out. We'll be live again at 5 p.m. Eastern time to break it all down for you guys again and give you hopefully a clearer picture of where we can go with this NBA DFS main slate as we approach the end of the regular season. We appreciate you all tuning in each and every day. Give it a like, subscribe, and share if you'd be so kind. It's a free way to support the work we do here. Drop a comment in the comment section as well. Let us know. What do you like? Don't like? Where are you looking to go on this slate? And we'll talk to you later.